Hey guys, welcome back to part 6 of the Rb20det rebuild. So in this video we're going to be installing the timing belt and some of the other parts associated with that. Again, sorry for the delay in the videos. I'm still finishing the new garage, but hopefully there'll be some actual videos coming from that soon. So the first step here, I'm going to be installing the cam seals. These go right here at the top, and I'm going to be using actually one of my motorcycle fork seal drivers to install them. It happens to be the right size for this. It's basically what it was designed for anyway, so without having the special tool, it really worked great. I'm being sure, of course, to put some assembly lubricant on these as I put them on. This one here gave me a little bit of a trouble with the spring. I found it best just to really push it to one side to keep the spring from coming out, and that finally worked and I got it on there. I'm just using my rubber mallet, of course, to gently drive these in there, make sure they're flush with the casing. So I'm just doing moving around the end of that driver a little bit to make sure I got it on the part of the seal it needs to be on. Okay, so now I'm just installing the back plate that goes behind the cams and holds the cam cover on. Right here I'm pointing at some sealant that needs to go in. I don't have it on yet because I didn't have the sealant yet. But I'm going to go ahead and install it so I can use it to time the cams so I can get everything in place where I need it and continue the build. Those two little white marks on either side right there, that's the marks that I need this for. I'm just hand tightening these bolts. They don't need to be super tight or anything like that. Okay, so now I'm just installing the cam gear cogs. I guess it's a cog since it's a tooth belt. They go with the machine pocket back towards the camshafts. They kind of sit on there, and of course that pin goes into the corresponding hole in the cams, or the cam gears cogs. These are actually interchangeable and can go in either place, so it really doesn't matter. So now I'm just using my hand to install the bolts for this and hand tightening those down. Now I'm just using my ratchet to kind of snug them up to make sure they're in place before I get ready to torque them. You may notice one of them's missing right here, and that's just because I misplaced the bolt temporarily and couldn't find it. So that's why I'm taking that one out once I tighten those up so it wouldn't move, and using it to kind of index the other one. Oddly, these are actually an 11mm, so that's something a little bit unusual about them. I'm not torquing these down also because I've got to take it all back off again, so there's no need to do it. But if you do that, just don't forget that you need to take it off again and torque them down. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to install the belt. So you can see those two on the cogs. There's a little white dot right there, kind of on the right one below my hand. It corresponds with the line that is on the case. So what I'm looking at here is the belt actually has lines on it, like I've mentioned before, and those line up with those marks on the actual cam gears or cam cogs. So there's actually a mark for each one of those white dots that is on this particular timing belt. I'm not sure if they've all have that on there, but this Gates Racing one does, and it's really helpful. You can kind of see that dotted one there for a second on the left side. It really makes it a lot easier to align it all the first time and install it. There we go, and the belt's installed. Sometimes it takes a little bit of fighting with it because this one was pretty snug to get it in place where I wanted it. So now, kind of off camera down there, I'm tightening up the belt tensioner to get it to the correct tension. So that's what I'm doing, is kind of twisting the belt there to fill it, to make sure I got the tension right. Then I'm using my Allen and that 14mm to go ahead and tighten that up to where it needs to be. Now I'm going to go ahead and install this lower timing cover here that goes on the lower part. Unfortunately you can't fully see it because it's kind of off camera there, but it's just a cover that goes over the lower part of the timing belt and the crank pulley. The reason I'm installing this is so I can install the crank pulley and make sure it's also in the correct position, because it has marks on this cover that are also on the crank pulley that it's supposed to line up for. Here you can really see that a lot better. That's the cover right there, and has that little kind of mark on it right there that I'm lining with the orange mark on the crank pulley here. That just goes straight on there, and that tells you that all the parts of the engine are aligned correctly, or the timing is done correctly. Yeah, right there, that mark. So that just corresponds with those marks. If you have any questions, please comment, and thanks for watching.